What about the take about Kyler Murray and against Detroit, against Matt Patricia's team? My goodness, what a game! What a game, I
What
should say.
would you what'd you think of his debut?
His debut looked good. I mean, he looked shaky at first. I mean, which all rookie quarterbacks would look shaky at first. I mean, like, who wouldn't throw an interception or who wouldn't throw an ill-advised pass or whatever the case may be. But towards the second half, that's when things changed. Even though the game ended in a tie, which surprisingly, which shouldn't have, because here's the thing in overtime with like a few seconds left. It was fourth down. They almost, I mean, no, it was third down with a few seconds left in overtime. The defender for Arizona dropped the pick, which basically would have put them in field goal range to win the game, and their reaction was priceless. I'm telling you right now, it was really priceless when I saw it. Their reaction was priceless. It was like they couldn't believe that he dropped the pick. Like that pick, basically, if they would have, if the Arizona Cardinals would have picked the ball off at least, and to get it, because they were in field goal range where the ball could have been picked off, but they could have won the game basically, and it would have been a really great moment for Kyler Murray and the rest of the team because they did deserve a comeback win. They
Connor,
did
what do
deserve.
you got on the Cardinals?
Well, I think. Well, okay. So Cliff Kingsbury is trying to implement an air raid system.
Mm-hmm.
Never really been done before, to my knowledge. It's essentially a spread offense with more of an RPO like element to it, which basically just means that you only run one back sets, and every play is not a set one. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of how it works. I'm not 100% sure. Like basically, it's just you air the ball out down the field. It's a big time throw the ball offense. Nobody's done this before in the NFL. I don't know if this system is going to necessarily work, and I don't know if Kingsbury is going to stick with the system. But the fact that they were able to do what they did against the Lions, who I think the Lions are going to be actually pretty good this year. I mean, I'm not going to be shocked. I think they had the chance to get a wild card spot, honestly. Like I think they have a solid team all around. They're kind of like the Buffalo of the NFC. They're going to be a grimy team, and they're going to try to. I think Kerryon Johnson is a really good running back, and that kid
Mm-hmm.
Hawkinson from Iowa, like he had a
Yep.
monster game. He's probably gonna continue to do that for the rest of the season. Like,
Yep.
he's gonna be, I think, an effective like chain mover on the red zone threat. So I think they have what it takes to make a playoff push potentially. And they have a good defense.
Wait. Who? The Lions or the
Lions.
Cardinals? Lions
Lions.
playoff push. You think they could win the division or get the wild card or what?
I think they can push
They
for
get
the
wild
card.
card.
I don't know if I don't think they'll win the division. I think
No.
they can.
I said
So who do you real quick? I'm gonna interrupt your take. Who's your division winners in the NFC?
NFC North.
NFC.
Well, I already I
Okay.
made my predictions. I put them up on Facebook the other day. I'll stick with them. I say Rams, Saints, Eagles, and who's the other? The Bears, and then the wild cards I had the Lions as one.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I thought it would either be them or Seattle, and then the other one was Dallas.
So they're in the mix. They're in the mix for a wild card spot. Okay. My thoughts on this game, man. I think Kyle Murray going into preseason, Cliff Kingsbury looked completely over his head. Like he didn't really know what he was doing as a coach. And it's like, yo, dude, this isn't college football, man. I went to a college football game on Saturday night. It is so different than going to a professional football game. These guys are bigger, faster, stronger. People put so much more work into it. They work 50, 60, 70, 80-hour weeks to prepare for these games. Kyle Murray, dude, I'm rooting for this guy. He just looks so small out there. It's like, dude,
midget.
he looks so small. It's his height with he's got such a small frame. I think the guy's only like 185 pounds or something like that. Is he bigger than that? Is that an understatement? Oh my gosh.
No, I don't think so. He looks like Muggsy Bogues out there.
Yeah, dude. He just looks like
Darren Sproles a little bit.
Like a point guard, like Rajon Rondo or something on the court. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he threw for 53% of his passes. I don't know who they have next week, but good luck. It'd be cool. Like, I'm rooting for the guy. Oh, dude, they got to go play they got to play the Ravens next week. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch because it's like Lamar Jackson was a bigger version of this guy. So that's going to be a really interesting game to watch. With the Lions, I don't know, man. I'm rooting for Matt Patricia. I want to see him keep his job and not get fired. But what else? Any other games you guys want to talk about? Eli, who are your NFC division winners?
Division, okay. Of course, my team, the Eagles, are going to win the NFC East. NFC West, I'm kind of rooting between. It's kind of a toss up between the Rams and the Seahawks, and here's my intake on that because here's the thing: you can't count out Russell Wilson and what he does for that team offensively. I mean, they're defensively now that it's a little bit of an upgrade. They're kind of back in that mix, but it's not as great as it was as it should be for them to represent back the Legion of Boom. You know what I mean? So I say that it's a toss up in the NFC West between the Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. NFC South, I know it's going to be New Orleans. I already know that's going to happen. And then the NFC North. If Chicago can get their stuff together, I think they will win the NFC North. But most people are taking the Vikings, which I don't think that could happen because if Kirk Cousins can't really do what he's supposed to do in terms and stop with this mediocre stuff and being so mediocre or anything like that, I would take them to win the North, but I don't see that happening.
So I think the NFC North is going to be really tight. I can see Vikings, Bears, Packers winning the division. I originally picked the Packers to win over the Bears. I think the Bears and Vikings will fight for a wild card spot. I think the Rams win their division. They're going to get 2 wins over the 49ers. Maybe they'll split with the Seahawks. And then who's the other team in that league, in that division? Arizona. They'll get 2 wins against Arizona. But and then in your division, I'm going with Cowboys, and then I'm also going Saints. I think the Saints. All right. Well, we'll see. It's a long season. It's only week 1.
It's a long season.
Yeah, I think one of the 2 NFC North teams will fight for that wild card spot, and I think one of the 2 NFC East teams will fight for that. So I just said 3 teams. It's going to be Seahawks, the Eagles, or a NFC East team NFC North team fighting for that wildcard spot. That's my take. Somebody said Carson Wentz for MVP. Is that what you said, Connor?
Yes.
All right, man.
Perfect. Yeah,
all right.
Stays healthy, I think he will.
Yeah. That's such a big issue, though. Yeah. He's never, No,
and I think if he doesn't, I think it might go to Saquon or Zeke, honestly.
Okay. What about you, Elijah?
I say the same thing, but I can't give it to Zeke just as yet because it's just I think Saquon probably would win MVP. I think in my book, or even Lamar Jackson too. Just to put it out there, because even though he played against the Dolphins, he could really light it up if need be.
Oh man, it's the Dolphins.
No, that's what I just said. That's what I just said.
Like if this was not an anomaly, his name will definitely be in the mix. But I don't know. We're just gonna have to see how it works out, though. And I do think that there's gonna be way more votes thrown towards Saquon or Zeke.
Yeah.
I just think that I think Zeke is going to have a much better year because of the weapons that the Cowboys offense has, where Saquon is the Giants offense right now.
Yeah, they're in that spot that Dallas was in last year,
or two, actually,
like where they
a
got
couple
Amari
of years
Cooper,
ago.
you know, where
How many
like
games? Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Go on.
no, I was just saying that like they're in that spot that they were in last year, where like or the Dallas was in last year before they got Amari Cooper, which is like you can kind of know what they're going to do on every play, which is they're going to try to give it to Saquon. So all you have to do is kind of just load the box, or in Saquon's case, I'd say double up on the outside to make sure because he's not an inside guy; he's more of an outside,
He's just
receiver.
Run north and south
Well,
precisely.
yeah. So I
Hmm.
don't know. I mean, like he the talent that guy has is astounding, and I think he's the real deal, honestly. Like, and if they were to pick up a really good receiver in free agency that shores up some like the safeties and stuff like that, his numbers are going to go through the roof. I mean, he has the potential. I don't know about this year, but at some point in the future, especially if they get other weapons around him, he has the potential to, get 3,000 yards from scrimmage and break the record.
When's the last time a running back won MVP?
I think it was.
Ooh,
I think it was.
it was a long. It was like back
Sean
in the
Alexander.
2000s. Yeah, or either the bus too. The bus probably won MVP too.
Jerome Bettis?
That is no, I don't think he did.
I think it was Sean. I think Sean Alexander was the last one. I think
Yeah,
it
I
was
think
like
so too.
2004. I want to
Yeah,
say.
when he was playing with Seattle,
Yeah.
cause yeah,
Because he
Seattle
won.
was real.
LaDainian Tomlinson did it in '06.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, that too.
And
Cause
then
he
Sean
was good.
Alexander the year beforehand. Yeah. With the Giants, how many games until fucking what's his name comes in as the backup to Eli?
Oh, Daniel Jones.
Yeah, how many games until he comes in?
Let me see their schedule through week 8
Elijah, what do you think?
real quick.
I think he might come in. I think it all depends. I mean, here's the thing. You can't you guys think that they were looking good with Eli for that start of that drive yesterday, if for the start of the game, because I think that they had something really going and something brewing. Don't forget, because you have to realize that Dallas kind of did a little bit of fluky stuff that basically
What fluky stuff are you talking about?
like because you got it. Pat Shermer was upset with some of the calls that were going on, and basically he was not getting. He was just unhappy with the officiating and all that stuff, and especially towards the end of the first half, because they were doing so well. And they kept taking their momentum out. I mean, yeah, you play to win the game, but still, you gotta work with these officials too, because I mean it looked like it was like they could have really put themselves into the game, like they could have really like dominated or do what they could do as best as they can, because especially against a divisional opponent, because you already know that when you play against a divisional opponent, you are going to try to test the officiating crew who's there and whatnot, so you could at least get them on your side or whatever the case may be, but you
I'm
never know.
I'm not even gonna go down the referee road with you because that's a conversation we're not gonna have right now. But
Nah.
what point? So Daniel Jones was 3 for 4. It was 17 yards. What time did he come in the game yesterday? What quarter? Fourth?
He was in the game yesterday.
Yeah,
He
you
was in
got
the game.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
It's
I turned it off after a while because it
Yeah,
was like
I think it was probably the fourth quarter, probably because it was so
so
bad. It was so bad.
so I'm looking at their schedule. The Giants they host the Bills, then they go
Mhm.
to Tampa Bay, and then they host the Redskins over the next 3 games. They could go 1-2, 2-1 over those 2 games.
Actually, I actually they will go. They're gonna win one and lose two. I say 1-2.
Like
I think
I
they
could see
beat
him.
Tampa over the next 2 games,
I don't think
and
they will beat Tampa.
I don't think they will get another win until they play the Dolphins, and I think that's like week 10, maybe week 11 or 12.
Well, no, they play. They go. Then it's Vikings, Patriots, Cardinals. That could be a win. We'll see. Those are two. I don't know. I think Daniel Jones comes in. If these guys start, if they lose these three games, if they lose the Bucks, Redskins, and Bills, and go start 0-4, what do you think? Do you think they play him in to get reps, or they say, Eli, this is your last season. We're going to let you ride this out. We don't want to get our boy injured behind the shitty team. What are your thoughts?
They got it. They can't keep wheeling him out there. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck they're doing at this point. Like they cannot keep wheeling him out there. Like he's over the hill. He's over. He's been over the hill for at least the past 2-3 seasons. He's gone over several other hills. That's how old he is. He's over the range. Like I don't know. And like Daniel Jones, I think in the preseason he did okay. The other thing too, I saw a video that sort of like looked at his performance, and most of his yards that he got and his completions were yards after the catch. Because I think there was only one throw that he made the entire preseason, 2 or 3 maybe, that was more than 6 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
And I don't know. I mean, we don't know what his arm strength is. So, I mean, obviously, like if you're an NFL quarterback, your arm strength has to be at least decent. So who knows? But I will say this: that like they're gonna have to roll the dice on him at some point because I don't think they're gonna want another year with Eli that he takes them, to only like 3 wins. I don't think the Giants are going to want that. I mean, maybe, and at least the fans won't want that, but I don't really know if management knows what the fuck they're doing at this point. Like, it's so convoluted. The fact that they keep wheeling them out there,
so dysfunctional.
And they reached for Daniel Jones. No one was going to do it. They reached for just about every. It seems like they reached for every player that they got in the draft. So it's just I'm just dumbfounded at everything that the organization is doing. Not everything, but most things that I see them doing at this point. So you would think that they would wheel them out there after an 0-4 start, but that hasn't stopped them before. And the last guy that benched him too got fired after he did. So I don't know.
Very dysfunctional, man. I have a hard time. I don't know. Maybe part of me thinks they don't throw him in there to the fire, and they just let it play out with Eli.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, especially if they can commit away from Eli for next year.
But if they go like 500 and they keep it close in the division, I think they keep Eli in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can go for the take.
What?
Yeah, I can go ahead and say the take.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I'm looking at the schedule right now for the Giants. Okay, so they have the Bills next week. I say that's a win. And
ooh, I think that'll be closer than you think.
Yeah, actually, it's going to be a win.
Okay.
I say that's a win. Just put that as a win because I don't think Buffalo is not gonna. Yeah, no. Buccaneers they're gonna struggle at Tampa Bay because of that. Because even though Tampa Bay might have a lopsided offense with of course crab legs Winston, but their defense is still up there, and it can be brutal. And against the Redskins, I'm kind of leaning towards them to win, actually. I'm kind of leading them towards to win that game, actually. But the Vikings, they will not win. Unless if Kirk Cousins ended up having a bad game and be even less of a mediocre quarterback than he would ever be. So
I don't know, man. The Redskins gave you guys the business pretty well in the first half yesterday. So
Oh, blah, blah, blah. We already discussed it already. And look what happened. They completely collapsed in the second half. What do you expect? I mean, you can't do anything about it. Case Keenum looked like he was like basically if they can keep that up and and do whatever they can do and get Trent Williams back, because that is a huge piece that they're missing in terms of offensively, which is, you can't argue with that, because especially when they need him for Dallas next week, for the Redskins to have Trent Williams back in for just in time for Dallas next week, it'll put to the test where the Redskins could possibly maybe win that game, but we'll see what happens.
All right, so we've been doing this for almost an hour now. I'm pretty fucking tired. I don't know about you guys. I drank a fuck ton of alcohol yesterday, and I'm a little hungover right now. So, I think this was definitely a good first one. We can, if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, we definitely can.
Any week 2 prediction
winners too, because I don't think we did.
AFC. Okay. All right. So, Connor, AFC division winners. Boom.
Alrighty. So I think. I'll give you the predictions that I did the other day.
Yeah, let's stick with. I'm gonna be an honorable man, and I'm gonna stick with my predictions before. Yes. Yeah.
So my winners were what's it called? It was the Chiefs, Patriots, obviously, Browns.
Ooh, you're one of those guys.
And the Colts.
Still?
I still like the Colts. And
what?
Now
my dude. What about Deshaun Watson and the Texans?
They don't have a defense now. They don't have Tyrann Mathieu back there.
No, they don't have an offense either.
They do have an offense, Elijah. They have Andre Johnson and fucking Deshaun Watson. Who's a running back they just got? Who's a running back?
I don't know. They have a great offense. They do.
Oh.
But I still like the Colts to win it. But it's gonna
okay, man. Okay, I like. Hey,
that's a tough division. It's like the NFC North. It's a tough division, and it's going to be a very, very like everybody could split with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, but I still like the Colts, though.
Dude, I like Jacoby Brissett. I like him a lot. Well, guy just got paid. All right, Elijah, what are your AFC East or AFC winners?
Okay, AFC East, we already know what's going to happen. That's the Patriots. They already going to take over the whole thing. I just give them the division crown already. Please, why don't you let it happen? Unless if Tom Brady has a disillusional or whatever the case may be, or a complete collapse. But we already know the Patriots are already settled with the AFC East. That's enough of that. The North. I say Baltimore. I think Baltimore might end up winning the North, actually, because I don't think.
Did you say? All right, hold on. Did you think that before they eviscerated the Dolphins yesterday?
No.
Okay. All right. That's all right. It's all right. No worries. You can change your take. We won't judge you too hard.
No, I'm not changing it at all. I think Baltimore might end up winning the North. I'm saying this right now. So I'm saying that Baltimore wins the North. The South, I might lean towards Tennessee winning the South, because that Tennessee defense and offense looks pretty decent, and right now the Texans. It's like they don't have a defense. I know that. I mean, their offense looks okay, but it's not to my standards of what it would look like in terms of like either going against like any other team in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think.
Okay.
Especially, well, let's see what happens tonight with them though first, because I mean they're playing tonight, so we'll see what happens with them. But the West, Kansas City's taking that by storm. I'm sorry, it's done. It's already settled. The West and the East are settled basically with Kansas City and the Patriots. We already know that's what's going to happen. My prediction, to throw it out there for the championship game for AFC, I think it would be Kansas City and the Patriots again, because the fact of it is that this time it might be in Foxborough, because we already know how the Patriots are gonna do. They're gonna run the show. Tom Brady's gonna just start throwing balls to Julian Edelman, the beard, without the beard, or whatever, or No Shave November, whatever it's called, No Shave November, whatever. But that's what's going to happen. Shoney Michelle is about to start running the ball like crazy. James White is about to run the ball like crazy. Philip Dorsett is about to catch passes like crazy. Josh Gordon, Antonio Brown, you name it. You have a whole stack of everybody there, and basically they end up winning the game and going to the Super Bowl again. So we already know that. So that's my take.
I think Patriots, obviously, they've won it. I think in the past 20 years, they've won it like, I think, 7 or 18 times. Chiefs, I don't see anybody stopping the Chiefs. The South, I think the Texans will win. This is interesting because this is the one division we all disagree on. So I think the Texans, yeah.
The Texans.
I think the Texans are going to be right up there for like a second or third seed in the AFC. Yeah, absolutely.
They have a high ceiling. They have a very high ceiling.
Yeah.
I have high expectations though.
Wait, Elijah, you got the Titans? Oh man, bro. Okay.
Said the Titans.
Jags before the Titans, honestly. I think the Jags. I like the Jags as a wild card pick, honestly.
Well, the Jags just lost their quarterback. He's out for 2 months. The Steelers just traded their. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You better take that back.
Maybe
no, so the Steelers just traded their backup quarterback to Jacksonville.
Oh, what a coincidence.
So I like, and then in the North, AFC North, I like the fucking Steelers, dude. I picked them before the game yesterday. I'm sticking with them. They're gonna run. Though their players are still very good. Juju Smith-Schuster is still an unreal receiver. It's fucking week 1. I'm not gonna have a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't like the Browns. I thought what I said beforehand. Freddie Kitchens, he's so talented, that roster, head coach, inexperience, over his head. I still think they'll rebound. They're going to rebound. They're not going to go fucking 0-16 or 1-16 like the last few years. I know they won. What did they get? 7 or 8 wins last year. They went 7, 9, and 1. 7, 9, and 1. They tied.
Yeah, because with Pittsburgh.
I'm just not sold on. Yesterday's showing was Baker Mayfield. Ooh, man, they gotta go fix some shit. Yeah. So I'm going on Patriots, Chiefs. With the bye, I mean, that's pretty, unless injuries happen, that's pretty standard. And then Texans, Pittsburgh. Browns could make a run at the wild card if they pull their shit together. And yeah, dude, that's what I'm feeling. So what else?
Who's the
who's
pick for you guys? And then also if you have an MVP pick. And then also.
Oh, I have an MVP pick. All right. I want to hear your 2 MVP picks.
We already said
Carson Wentz. What about you, Elijah?
Same. I definitely agree with Connor on that one. It's definitely going to be Carson Wentz, because we already know what he showed before, and if he can do it again, it's the league's basically a wrap. Basically, you already know the league is over.
I cannot wait to fucking Eagles Patriots, dude. That is gonna. Oh my gosh. You want to know why you're both wrong? Because Tom Brady is going to win his another MVP. It's Tom Brady. I'm going with Brady. With all these weapons, dude, 42 years old. He's never had an arsenal of weapons like this before in his career. So I genuinely think Tom Brady could potentially win the MVP this year. I'm not fucking around. I'm being dead ass. And it wasn't because of the game last night. It was because of the weapons like before the game. I thought this as well.
I mean, you got this. It's the same thing with Baker Mayfield and how much talent that he has too. You got to realize that too. At the
Yeah,
same
but
time,
look,
it's like,
look who's running the organization. Look
yeah,
who's running the organization. Look who's the offensive coordinator for the Patriots, head coach for the Patriots. All are talented veterans.
But besides all of that, look at the talent that they still have too. I mean, they still kind of a match to that too. I mean, talent wise. But in terms of like the whole management and stuff, it's way for the Patriots. I mean,
let's check the talent. Browns to Patriots. Head coach, check Patriots. Offensive coordinator, check Patriots.
Yep.
Receiving core is pretty close. Okay, you could put the tie. Tight ends. Tight end, Patriots. I would go Njoku. No, I go Njoku. I'd go Browns.
Okay.
And then fucking offensive line, Patriots. Even though they lost David Andrews, Patriots have an unbelievable offensive line. Running backs, Patriots. I don't. Who are the Browns running backs?
I don't know. I will say though, they have Nick Chubb, who was a stud, and then
they're
going to get Hunt after 8 weeks. So.
That's right. Okay. So that'll be close.
So it's a tie.
Okay.
Tie.
So maybe you can lean, but then look at the quarterback. Fucking Tom Brady.
Tom Brady,
so,
please.
I don't know, man. It's not out of the question with this receiving core. They could have. And they got the Browns have a pretty good defense. They have a pretty good the defensive line. I like who's the big ass dude they took first overall again?
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett. I love Myles Garrett, dude. He's an amazing player. So that's my pick. Tom Brady, MVP, Super Bowl champion.
Oh my gosh. I cannot wait for the day.
Then what about our Super Bowl matchups, guys?
You don't even know how it's gonna happen.
So what do you think, Elijah?
It's gonna be most likely gonna be us against the Pats again.
Okay.
Because the Patriots are definitely gonna make it back to the Super Bowl. I mean, who am I kidding? I mean, like, come on now, like to have that much of receiving core and to have like at least a decent defensive line and whatnot, and having different studs and everything like that is just ridiculous. Unless if they have a complete collapse against Kansas City, then I would say the Chiefs would make it to the Super Bowl. But other than that, I still say the Patriots are going to go back to the Super Bowl again, which I'm not happy about anyways. But I'm hoping that my team will take over that throne again. So that's basically my take. And then
who is your NFC team?
Eagles.
The Eagles, you think are going to go to the Super Bowl?
Yes.
All right. You know what? I like the Eagles. They're going to they'll make the playoffs. They'll do some damage. Yeah. All right. What do you think, Connor?
I think, all right. So my initial prediction was made 4AB even left the Raiders. So my initial prediction was the Chiefs and the Saints. And I mean, it's now I really don't know. Now I really don't know because I initially thought the Chiefs because they got burnt after last year, but the thing that they did this year that really I liked was getting Tyrann Mathieu and a few other defensive pieces that they really needed because all they needed was to just even be decent on defense. And if they could do that, they would have probably beat the Patriots last year, and they probably would have beaten the Saints too, honestly. So, I mean, I think now they're middle of the pack defense. I don't think they're terrible anymore. But I think that Tyrann Mathieu is a real leader. I don't know if they're still going to win, but that's my initial prediction is Chiefs Saints. And the thing about the Saints is that, and I think the thing about the Saints between those two, the Chiefs and the Saints went up against Patriots. I don't know, but I definitely like the Saints coming out of the NFC, and that's because they've been burned the past 2 years so bad. The first time with the Minneapolis Miracle was like that's a freak accident. No one can predict that.
I know it's so bad.
Yeah, and last year that was the worst no call I've ever witnessed live ever. Like I've never seen a no call that blatant for pass interference. It
That
was
would
so
cost
bad
them
that
the Super
they've
Bowl.
changed the rules. It was such a bad no call. Like they've literally changed the rules about challenges for passing, like for calls or no calls. You know, so I just feel like when a team has that happen to them, especially a team that good as the Saints, that that's the motivation that they need to just get over the hump. And Sean Payton is a top 3 coach in the NFL. He's a Parcells disciple, just like Belichick is. He knows he's from the same tree, and usually it's that's what you need to take down a coach like that, is if you're from the same tree or from a similar tree, you know. And Sean Payton is a fucking offensive genius, and Belichick is a defensive genius. And I mean, I don't know if the Saints would win if it's Patriots Saints, but it's gonna be fucking close, and it's gonna be like it was a few years ago with the Eagles and the Eagles, where it's a fucking just come down to the last.
Eagles and the Eagles. Yep.
So
All right.
But
I don't know. I don't know.
before
If it's
you
the
go
Chiefs,
there,
though, if it's the Chiefs Saints, I think the Chiefs smoke them.
Huh.
but
Or excuse me,
okay.
if it's the Chiefs Saints, I think the Saints smoke them.
Before you
Elijah,
make
what's up?
before you make your prediction, Taylor. So I think the Saints. I mean, even though they do not like us at all, like the Saints just don't like how we won the Super Bowl that time where they, even though they were kind of still butthurt from that Minneapolis Miracle. They were still butthurt from that. And then you hear from that time too, where when Alvin Kamara made a comment saying that if they would have beat the Vikings, they were sure enough that they were going to beat us at our field so we don't get our chances of hosting a Lombardi Trophy that year. If anybody saw that.
Nah.
I don't think I did, but
No, yeah, there was a tweet. He made a comment about that. After the game was over, he made a comment about that. So it's like, yeah, the Saints just don't like us at all. I mean, the only reason I would like the Saints a little bit because of Drew Brees, because of what he does. I mean, my goodness, he's just that good, that great of a quarterback. I mean, between him and Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I would give the slight edge to Rodgers, but I mean no, slight edge to Drew Brees because he knows what he does best. He does what he does best. So, I mean, you got to give him that. But go ahead, your Super Bowl take. I bet you it's gonna be Patriots, Taylor.
I just think that it's going to be a dogfight between the Chiefs and fucking Patriots. I think it could go either way. Again, the Patriots have them at home this year, so they'll get the edge. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a fucking dogfight. Obviously, I'm going to go Patriots. Because I'm a Patriots fan and they have all the fucking and like I'm not saying this based on the game yesterday. I'm just saying when you add the weapons with N'Keal Harry coming back and the defense, I know this is a little cheating, but their defense looks really fucking good yesterday. Yeah, Patriots. And then for the NFC, I don't know, dude. Cowboys, Patriots, Cowboys. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
That is not a good matchup.
Patriots, Cowboys. Let's fucking go. I'm going Patriots, Cowboys. I'm going to be rooting so hard against the Eagles all fucking year, and it's going to be so fun to root against. I'm so excited.
I bet you are so excited and watching see how badly they're gonna end up winning that game, especially when you guys come into town. Oh yeah, they're gonna end up winning that one, of course, because especially it's a 4:25 game as well. It's an late afternoon game, but we already know what's gonna happen. Carson Wentz is about to go at least for 3 touchdowns, tops, 300 yards tops. And basically, maybe have one interception because we might. Who knows what could happen with that?
Already predicting the interception. All right, so deadass. I'm gonna try to go to that game. If you guys want to get tickets, I'm gonna get cheap ones in the nosebleeds. So it's not until November, but it would be fun. So I know, think about it. And I'm gonna definitely head out. What's up?
Mm-hmm. I said I have peak season.
Are you willing to
A tailgate? Oh, wait, what?
Are you willing to put up a bet on your Eagles? I mean, like, how confident are you, honestly?
Yo, no, don't make up bets with Elijah. The last 2 bets he's made, he hasn't paid up. I'm not betting anything. This guy owes me a lot. Yeah, no. LeBron James made you his little B word back in the playoffs 2 years ago against. Yeah. So
it'd be Boston, so it's all good. But we already know that the Eagles are definitely gonna make it. Our deep team. You got to admit we're like a legitimate threat in the NFC right now. Like nobody's really I mean, everybody's talking about how the Cowboys are doing, blah blah blah, X, Y, and Z. But they're so dysfunctional though, and they're gonna have a lot of problems next year too. So you gotta realize that as well. They're gonna have a lot of problems next year financially. So honestly, I think we're the team to basically really beat in the NFC right now. We're the only team.
Oh my gosh, no way, dude. You're the only team to beat in the NFC? Come on, bro.
Yes. We're like the legitimate threat right now. We're like.
You know what? I will say one thing though. I think that there is a wild card that's in the mix that I think could tilt one of these teams into a Super Bowl, one of these NFC teams into a Super Bowl lock. And I think the Eagles are in the mix for this guy. Because I think Melvin Gordon is probably going to get traded before week 8, before like he has to, go in like and sign off. I think the Chargers are not going to do a Le'Veon Bell situation, just sort of let him walk away at the end of the year. I think they might actually try to trade him and get like picks back for him or something like that. Because I don't think they want to pay him, but I don't think they make it back to the playoffs this year. I think they do want to shore up in reloading for next year. So I think they will trade him somewhere, and I think that the Eagles are one of the teams that might go for him. If they get him, that could pick him over the line. But I think the Bears will go for him before. I think the Bears and the 49ers will go for him.
All right, I'm gonna sum this up, Elijah. You got 30 seconds, and then we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go for it. So I think for that part. We tried to do that. Actually, we tried to at least make a trade for Jordan Howard actually beforehand, and that didn't work. They didn't want him, so that basically that was a done deal. So they denied our request. So we could have got him way beforehand before you said the Bears and the 49ers. So just leaving it at that point, just as.
All right. Yo, guys, this was good. It's a good first one to do. Definitely, we got to work on. So notes for next time. I'm gonna end the record right now. All right, hold on. Stop recording.